It's official. Steve Jobs announced the iPad 2, the latest version of Apple's incredibly popular tablet computer. Jobs says this isn't just an update of the original iPad. Rather, it's an all-new design. The iPad 2 will be available in both black and white. And for those who are still awaiting the white iPhone 4, Apple says that the white version will be available from day one. There are other significant changes to the iPad's design. At about 1/3 of an inch thick, it's 1/3 thinner than the original iPad. That makes it even thinner, can you believe it, than the iPhone 4, which is itself pretty darn thin. It's also slightly lighter than the original iPad, making it easier to hold while reading. There's also a new processor, the A5. Apple says that the dual-core chip is twice as fast as the A4 that graces the original iPad, and the graphics are 9 times faster. You'd think that battery life would take a hit with the performance, but fortunately, Apple says it will have about the same 10-hour battery life as the original iPad. And remember that Apple was conservative about the original iPad's battery life. Apple has also added front and rear-facing cameras to the iPad. The front camera's resolution is VGA, or about 0.3 megapixels, but the rear one can record in 720p high definition, or take 0.9 megapixel photos. The iPad 2 will be available on both Verizon and AT&T when it's released. You'll need to select the correct model for your carrier, or opt for the Wi-Fi only model. Both versions will be available in 16, 32, and 64 gigabyte models. Pricing is the same as the original iPad. Prices start at $500. This buys you a 16 gigabyte Wi-Fi only model and $130 for 3G connectivity. Not all of the changes to the iPad 2 involve hardware. It'll ship with the new iOS 4.3 operating system. This adds a bunch of new cool features. This includes FaceTime, the video chat feature previously seen on the iPhone 4 and Max. And the iPad 2 is getting Photo Booth, which lets you create silly, distorted photos. It's a lot of fun. If you want to get more creative with your iPad 2, you can buy GarageBand. This lets you create and edit music, or add iMovie for editing movies. These programs will be available from iTunes for only $5 a piece. Apple also announced a couple of handy new iPad accessories. There's the Smart Cover, which attaches to the iPad with magnets. Opening or closing the cover wakes up the iPad or puts it to sleep. The covers also serve as a stand for the iPad. Smart covers start at $40. There's also an HDMI video out cable. This lets you connect the iPad 2 to your television while charging it. Everything is mirrored right on the screen. If you rotate the iPad, what you see on the television is also rotated. It also works with apps and outputs in full 1080p high definition. It'll sell for $40. Now, I bet you're wondering when you can pick up the brand new iPad 2. It's going to be available domestically on March 11th and internationally about 2 weeks later. But the bigger question, should you buy the brand new iPad? If you don't already have an iPad, the iPad 2 is a very attractive choice. But you'll probably want to hold off if you already own an iPad. After all, rumors about the iPad 3 are already starting to circulate. They indicate that we could see the iPad 3 as early as the fall, and it could include the high-definition Retina display seen on the iPhone 4. Of course, there are a bunch of conflicting reports about the iPad 3. Some claim it will be a smaller version of the iPad. Others say it will be a premium version, and only time will tell. Hey, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for a special offer from our sponsor here at tvkim.com. Carbonite is online backup made easy. More than 1 million users, including me, trust Carbonite to keep our files safe. As a Kim Komando viewer, you get a free 15-day trial and 2 months free if you decide to buy. Just go to carbonite.com and use promo code KIM. Carbonite. Back it up, get it back.